Thank you everyone for joining us, and a big thank you to Birmingham Tech Week for giving us this platform to share the great work that Code Your Future is doing. I'm joined today by students and volunteers who are going to have an opportunity to tell you about what we do. But first of all, I just want to say a big thank you to the companies that are associated with Birmingham Tech Week as well: Tech Nation, West Midlands Growth Company, Department for International Trade, and also the sponsors that we wouldn't be able to do Birmingham Tech Week without these great companies. So big thank you to all of those. And they're listed here as well. So yes, thank you again for coming to this talk about Code Your Future and how we are fighting inequality in the developer community. Just to give you a little bit of a rundown of what we do. Sorry, a little bit of rundown of what we're going to do today. We'll do a quick energizer in a minute, and then we'll tell you who we are, what we do. You'll hear from a Code Your Future student, a Code Your Future graduate, and then we'll talk about opportunities of how you can get involved as well. So yes, welcome to Code Your Future. In the West Midlands, we're supported by West Midlands Combined Authority and also Capgemini. So a big thank you to both of those organisations for their support over the last few months and going forward. We are a grassroots community that is bringing positive change to socially excluded groups. In a nutshell, that is what we do, and I'll tell you a little bit more about how we do that. Our mission statement is that we believe in a future where everyone has a real chance to lead a thriving life. And with that in mind, I'd like to go to Ellie now, who's going to run a quick energizer for us.
Hi everyone, I'm Ellie and I'm an ambassador at Code Your Future. I've been volunteering here now for about 2 months. To get us started, I'll be asking a series of questions for which you can respond in the polls. The poll should appear automatically in a pop-up window. Launching that now. So you should see the first question now. So it says, are you excited for today's talk? I'll give everybody about 10 seconds to submit their answer, and then we can discuss the results. So I'll give everyone a couple more seconds. Great. So it looks like everybody is super excited for today's talk. That's the correct answer. So let's get started with question 1. What percentage of people in the UK live below the poverty line? Is it 4%, 9%, 17%, 22%, or 28%? Give everyone a few more seconds. Great. So actually, for everyone that answered with 22%, you would be correct. In fact, in 2017, 22% of the UK lived below the poverty line, which gives an estimation of about 14.3 million people. Poverty is not just about having low income. People and families can have different fixed costs to contend with, such as childcare, housing, or costs associated with a disability, to name a few. However, the poverty line in the UK is usually defined as a household income below 60% of the average, which equals around £195 a week for a lone parent with 2 children. This moves us on to question 2. What is the UK's unemployment rate for people aged 16 and over? Again, I'll give you about 10 seconds to answer. Here's a hint. The current unemployment rate for people aged 16 and over is 0.3% higher than 1 year ago and 0.2% higher than at the beginning of this year. Give everyone a little longer. Great, I'll share the results. So actually, the unemployment rate for people aged 16 and over is only 4%. That was from May to July this year. And then that brings us on to our third question. What is the unemployment rate among refugees in the UK? Current estimates suggest there are about 120,000 refugees in the UK, all of whom who have the right to work here. However, unemployment rate among this part of the population is at a huge 18%. That's 14 percentage points greater than the general population. Finally, this brings us to our final question for the Energizer. How many tech job vacancies are there in the UK? Give everyone a few more seconds. Perfect. So actually in 2018, there were 600,000 tech job vacancies in the UK. There are currently over 3.78 million people in the UK employed in either tech roles or by digital tech firms. However, this doesn't mean that employment opportunities are equal. For example, only 19% of the digital tech workforce is female, compared to 49% across all UK jobs. Thanks for taking part in the polls and the Energizer, and I will now hand you over to Claire, who can tell you a little bit more about who we are at CodeYourFuture and what we do.
That's great. Thank you, Ellie. So to tell you a little bit about our students, which follows on from the information that Ellie's just given, 75% of our students are living below the UK poverty line. Nearly 80% identify as either Black, Asian, or from a minority ethnic group. We have over 30 nationalities within our student groups, and over 70% are either refugees or asylum seekers. This untapped potential can be a boon for local economies, and at the same time, a powerful vehicle for better integration. Those disadvantaged adults with the lowest qualifications are the least likely to access training despite needing it the most. Our students tell us that their experience with CodeYourFuture is a positive one. We've got 97% of our students saying they have a positive experience. And at the end of our course, around 70% of eligible graduates go on to get either a professional job or into full-time study within 6 months of graduating from CodeYourFuture. So what is CodeYourFuture? What do we do? We at CodeYourFuture teach refugees, asylum seekers, and local disadvantaged people how to code. It's not just refugees and asylum seekers. We can also teach ex-offenders, people from low-income households, long-term unemployed, disabled people, including those with mental health conditions. The list goes on. It's anyone who may have had barriers to accessing education around tech. We teach a full stack web development course, which includes HTML, CSS, JavaScript. We cover React, Node, and databases. So at the end of the course, our students have everything they need to get an entry-level job in tech. We also support their personal development with some soft skill sessions around CVs, interview skills, confidence building, public speaking, all this kind of thing, time management, working as a team. Again, everything that someone needs to be job ready at the end of our course. In a nutshell, we teach people to code, support their personal development, and then help them find meaningful work in tech. Currently, London is about to start their 7th class. Glasgow is teaching their 4th class. Manchester is teaching their 3rd class. Cape Town in South Africa has just started their 1st class. Medellin in Colombia is getting ready to start their 1st class. Our 1st class in Rome has graduated. And in the West Midlands, of course, we're currently running 2 classes. Class 1 is going to be graduating in January 2021. The main thing to say around CodeYourFuture and what we do is we are volunteer-led. So all of the teaching is done by volunteers. The personal development sessions, everything is done by volunteers. And many of our volunteers are developers themselves. And we believe that the skills you can learn through volunteering can actually help enhance your career as a developer. So just to kind of give you an idea of where we sit within the tech sector as well, there's a list of hiring companies here that some of our graduates have gone on to work with, including Capgemini, I mentioned them earlier, BBC, Financial Times, Ticketmaster, and others. I'd now like to hand to Adebola, who's a current student in our first West Midlands class. So he can tell you about his background and what brought him to CodeYourFuture, his journey so far, and his aspirations for the future.
Hi, everyone. Thank you very much, and thanks for coming again for this program. My name is Adebola Abigail, and I'm going to start with my background and history. I'm originally from Nigeria, and I moved to United Kingdom in 2012. And from 2012 right to this point in time, I've been able to achieve a 2 master's degree. Lovely achievement. One is in business administration, and the second one is in finance. But due to some circumstances which actually beyond my control within this period of my transition from 2012 to 2020, I had to seek asylum in UK, and after seeking the asylum, too many things actually happened, but it was a great experience because it's been lovely so far. Joining CodeYourFuture, that's I can say one of the best decisions I've made in my life. And how did I get to hear about CodeYourFuture? During my asylum seeking, I was able to meet one of Birmingham's city council managers, and he advised that instead of having to, just stay and wait for decisions being granted, it's always better to add value to yourself. And I'm a person that is of value. I love adding value a lot to my life, and I just opted for the chance because at the end of the day, I knew it was going to be beneficial, and I opted for it, and it's been lovely. To be honest, joining CodeYourFuture, like I said, is one of the best decisions I've made in my life, and I'll never regret it. I've never seen any sign of regret, and I don't think there's going to be any form of regret moving forward. Diversity in CodeYourFuture, as you've seen in the slides being shown over to you, you can see that CodeYourFuture is very, very diverse, ranging from the volunteers to the students. There's a broad spectrum of people they reach out to, and it's phenomenal. From 2012 to this point in time, I've worked in various capacities, and I can say with everywhere I've worked, compared to CodeYourFuture, CodeYourFuture is another class, so to speak. Let me use that word. It's another class when it comes to diversity, and it's a very great place to be honest. And CodeYourFuture, the bootcamp, the resources and knowledge available. CodeYourFuture is actually a launch pad that actually catapults you to wealth of opportunities. And I think is a place where people should actually clamor to be. Part of the resources that are offered is, like I said, you've got the volunteers, who are very, very lovely, and they're specialized in what they do, and they're always available to help anyone at any point in time. Even if it's in the middle of the night, I'm going to give you some examples, but I'm just, kind of relating to that. Even in the middle of the night, if you send a message, they're always there to respond to whatever need you actually want at that point. And so ranging from that to online resources, they have a mass of online resources that you can actually tap to anytime you feel stuck at any point in time. And there's also different programs that they run from time to time, which actually engages you, such as the soft skills in which they teach you. We have different Capgemini soft skill programs that has been running CodeYourFuture, and it's been awesome. Let me give you 2 examples that are the most touching. Not like they're the most important, but the most tortured. Let me use that word because I've got avalanche of examples that actually used. One of them was when I started Code Your Future. Not said to you the other time, like when I started, my background was basically in business and finance. I had no knowledge about the tech world, none whatsoever. And when we started, the first time we were given the homework, it was so funny. You know, like I'm an introvert, and I always like doing things on my own. And I tried solving the question, and I found that 3 days gone by, there was nothing to show for it. So I just said, okay, I'm going to try to go back to what Claire often says about the fact that when you're stuck, reach out. And I decided to reach out. And you know, after reaching out, I just went on Slack, just posted my question that I'm stuck at this particular point. And within minutes, I've got like loads and loads of responses. And I started cherry picking, you know, trying to see which one was gonna best suit me. And it was so wonderful, wonderful experience. You know, there's nothing like the conviction of the feeling that you're wanted in a particular organization. And that's what I got from Code Your Future. And honestly, that's like I've been saying over and over again, if you want anywhere to be in as a student, as a volunteer, I'm telling you, Code Your Future should be the right choice for you. And my future aspiration, basically, I want to be a developer in apps, which is focused on youth development, because I can see in that area there's been some lack. There's really no focus in that direction, because if you see what's going on now, you know, youth mental health issue and their development, coupled the fact of the circumstances that is actually not favoring them, I think I want to reach out to them from, especially from the age of 15 to 24. I want to reach out, build their mental capacity, help them when they're feeling down, you know, try to catapult them, lift them from that particular podium to a better place. Like I said, sorry, I wanted to give this last example. Sorry, I'm taking your time. But this last example, there's an assignment for every individual from Code Your Future, you know, to a mentor who actually reaches out to you, you know, beyond the walls of the classroom. And at some point, I was actually slipping into depression, you know, based on the lot of factors that was affecting me in my life. And she spoke to me, talked me through, you know, empathized with me, told me, gave me different examples. And, you know, while she was talking to me, it was like she was next to me, holding my hands along the journey, you know. And at the end of the day, within 2 weeks, I can say that precisely, I flew out of that level of depression. And here I am today, perfect. In fact, I'm so jovial than ever before. And like I've been saying, if you want to be in anywhere, Code Your Future is the best place to be. Thank you very much. And I'm going to pass it on to Madia now. Thank you.
I'm a graduate from Code Your Future. Thank you for your story, Abigail. I think it's mutual for all the graduates from Code Your Future. I felt, I think, 90% the same going through the course 2 years ago, what you felt. It's an amazing, amazing community. I will say, just if I have to explain in a few words my experience as a student, I think the best part of them is that they remove the barriers they remove the barriers that are the hurdles in the learning of refugees. The refugees that they take in have already come from so much difficulties. Life has shown them really hardships. They were displaced. So they already had some issues with them, but Code Your Futures just take them on with open arms, and then they train them to go back in life, to thrive. And the barriers that they take away, like, okay, you don't have laptops, we provide you with laptops. You don't have, you are having issues with childcare, we give you childcare. When there were good times, we were supposed to travel to, we were allowed to travel to classrooms. They give you transportation as well. So, the students only focus on getting the skills that they require to secure a job, to start a life. And this kind of atmosphere creates a very surprisingly emotional connection to the mentors and the student itself. So they get into an atmosphere of, reaching out and, looking out for each other. I gone through the same experience with Code Your Future. After I graduated, I was full of energy, full of confidence that, okay, I am ready to get in the tech world. After the course, they also give you opportunities for work experience within the organization that boost your experience, that's give you a little bit of boost or a taste of what you're going to see in the tech world, in the real world. I have gone through that experience as well, which helped me to secure my job, which I'm working now as software engineer. I had this enormous amount of energy of learning everything in one day, because that's what they do. They give you that passion that you can do it. And when you come out of Code Your Future, you just feel like, you know what, if you try, you can do anything you want. So I was full of that passion. I was full of that energy, so much that my manager, he recognized it and he has to slow me down. That, look, you have to take one step at a time. I know you have this passion of learning, but you need to go slow. And I think that helped me. That helped me to learn quickly, to get where I am today, and still learning. The most important thing that I picked up from Code Your Future, and which is helping me in my professional life and in everyday essential life, is this skills to approach any problem, where it's a technical problem, where it is whether it is a problem in a team, because when you work in a team, it's a fast moving project, and then you have to encounter very short deadlines. There is bound to be conflicts. So I picked up those skills to deal with those conflicts, and it really helped me. And I think it was not a barrier in my progress, that I still learn. It's been, I think, two years almost that I have graduated. I'm working as a software engineer for a year, and I'm also volunteering as a PD mentor for a year now. So I'm again mentoring for the new cohort London 7, volunteering for London 7 as a PD mentor. And behind the scenes, I have realized that Code Your Future has a package, not for technical skills, but soft skills as well. And the effort they put it in, they keep an eye on all of their students, and they don't let anybody slip just because of you're going through some tough time in your life. Like Abdullah says, that when he was slipping into depression, the mentor was there. And it's not that they just hold your hand and tell you things. They give you skills that if you fall in that phase again in your life, you have the tools and the skills to deal with it. It's not that they every time, it's not that kind of experience that every time you're going through something you need somebody. No, they teach you skills. They give you that confidence that you can do it. And I think I am not the same person that I was before joining Code Your Future. It changed me as a person. It changed me as a professional person. And I'm glad that I made the decision. So volunteering with them, I think it's the best thing. It has everything for the mentees and the mentors as well. The mentees is they need that help and your passion, and the mentors, it's an amazing feeling to change somebody's life. So I think I am doing it because the feeling I get that I helped and changed somebody's life is amazing, and that's worth it. So if you're looking for making a difference, I think Code Your Future is the best place that you can volunteer. Even if you're not a technical person, there are a lot of opportunities that you can help Code Your Future with. So just reach out. Yeah, it's Claire, back to Claire.
Yes, thank you so much, Medea and Adebola. Some really powerful stories that you're sharing there. I now want to go to Vangai, who's going to tell you about some opportunities at Code Your Future of how you can get involved.
Hi all. I'm going to introduce you, as Claire said, to some of the opportunities that we've got at Code Your Future, how you can get involved, and how we're fighting inequality in the developer community with diversity. So first of all, how our students and volunteers can apply. Our students, the first step is their Intro to Coding course. That's a 20 to 40 hour commitment of coursework, and for this we provide support all year round on Slack, Zoom, etc. And the students also are encouraged to set up peer groups as well, peer study groups, and that's a great way to get to know one another, and also, like Adebola said, get through each step, because that's the place where it's very new, and sometimes it can feel a bit like a deterrent when they can't get through the steps. But I think we've got a great support system and network for them to get stuck in. Upon completion of that, when they're then ready for our 8-month full stack development course. And then for our volunteers, they can join us on Wednesdays. We've got weekly welcome events where they can where they're introduced to our internal processes, what we offer, and how they can get involved. So we offer explanations of the different teams, the different structures, and in doing so, they can kind of envision where they'd best fit. If that's you're also more than welcome to join us. As in virtually at the moment, but you're more than welcome to join our different teams and see which team feels like the best fit for you as well. So you're more than welcome to join either way. And then, for example, last week we had our demo day, and this is where our students become graduates and they show us the products that they've been working on, which is a really, really great day because you get to hear a lot more stories similar to the ones that Adebola and Medea have just shared with us. And that's a really great day to just see the full circle, really. And then we also have career mentors who really enrich the process for our graduates after they enrich careers of so many. And it's important, if we're going to be successful in fighting inequality, to bridge that gap of knowledge. So if that's something that you're interested or willing to be a part of, do let us know. And then I'm just going to move on to our values and the different reasons why we all stay and why we're all a part of Code Your Future, why we'll be up at midnight, replying on Slack, things like that. For me personally, it's the shared values. I think I like to be part of organizations where I have shared values because that's where I can put in a lot of my efforts. And I think I can say that for the rest of the volunteers, the rest of all our members, do really prioritize this. So we believe in creating a supportive family where everyone belongs. And this looks like so many things just because of how diverse we are. We have so many languages, so many backgrounds. I could go on, but it's key in how we govern ourselves as individuals and how we govern ourselves as an organization. We also believe everything we do with kindness and respect. We believe in the equality of all voices, and that's a really uncommon feature in Code Your Future, where you'll mix with a broad range of people, different levels in their career, so to speak. So you wouldn't otherwise brush shoulders with people in different industries, but all voices and all opinions are championed the same, which I think is really, really great. We firmly believe that through challenge, people can achieve their best. We empower our students and our volunteers, and they represent us. we also believe everything we do creates a real impact in the world. And I think that's really evident with the stories that our students and our graduates share. And to implement these values and fighting inequality, our team is also really diverse. So the team behind Code Your Future, as in our volunteers, our team, our core, is really diverse in both skill and also background. So I emphasize the diversity in skill just because so many non-technical people don't realize how valuable their skill set can also be to us. So we've got 4 teams that I'm just going to go into, just so you can have a quick look. So we've got our ambassador team, our education, our personal development, and lastly, our tech teams. I'm just going to talk a little bit about each team, just so you've got a bit of context behind that. For our personal development, it's kind of been touched on already. We offer pastoral care, soft skills, and any hurdles that might be in the way of students in completing a course. If there's anything, that we will do everything that we can to remove that hurdle. And then our ambassador team is coordination, contacting students, volunteers, and any other stakeholders. And then we've also got our education team, who are, it comprises of module leads and TAs, so teaching assistants. And for each module, we've got a team there, and they'll support students throughout the course every Saturday. And lastly, I'm just going to touch on our tech teams. And these are projects that we run for our graduates, with project managers, and our graduates come in at different skill levels, working together to produce a final product. And ultimately, that will help them in the career development of our graduates, helping them jump from junior developer, that leap. And thank you so much for your time. I'm going to hand back over to Claire, but if you've got any questions, we'll be more than happy to answer any of those. Thanks, Claire.
Thanks, Brongai. So those are some opportunities for you to get involved, either yourself as a volunteer, or if you know anyone who may want to sign up as a student. One thing I should say, for anyone who does want to sign up as a student, is our course is open from a complete entry-level kind of point. You really don't need to be an expert in code at all to be able to sign up to our course. You can never have seen a line of code before. That's absolutely fine. You don't have to know what a function is or anything. It really is entry level. So we've got some information here. There we go. So if you do want to sign up, there's a link there you can either put in, or there's a QR code you can scan to your on your phone that will take you to the Eventbrite page for our next volunteer event. If you would like to sign up as a student, or you know someone who would like to sign up as a student, the best way to do that is on our website, which is CodeYourFuture.io. Our email address for the West Midlands is here as well, westmidlands@CodeYourFuture.io. If you have any questions, please do ask them on email, or we're happy to take questions from anyone who's on the call now, either in the chat, or please take yourself off mute if you do want to ask anything.